Crit here at PhD Speed Gaming. We've got Privateer Press here with Oz, who's got some amazing miniatures to show off. So what do you got here?
So we are talking about the new editions of Warmachine Hordes. They are coming out street date on June 29th, and we'll be showing them off at our convention, Lock and Load, coming up.
Sweet.
June 12th is the Saturday where everything becomes live.
Okay.
And these are some of the things from the new Horde starter boxes. That is, the guy in blue is Ragnar Skysplitter, the new Troll Blood Warlock. And then that is a Titan Gladiator. And one of the things that's interesting about the new starter boxes is now they come in colored plastics.
I mean, so you can see very nice.
You can put the things together right away and start playing and know which army is which army because everything comes in its own colored plastic.
Right.
That's nice, yeah.
And that's definitely helpful for people like me who are painting impaired.
Yeah.
Right.
The stuff paints up normal. It's the same PVC plastic we've been using for a while, but we checked into some things and you can color code it and it doesn't change anything. Still is easy to paint, but it gives you that start of my guy's the right guys, your guy's the blue guys, and you can start playing.
Right.
The starter boxes also, for the first time in the one-player starter boxes, have a digest rulebook of the full rules in them. Mm-hmm. So if you buy one of these new starters, you have everything you need to play right away.
That's great.
And one of the most exciting things about the new edition is that all of the rules specifically to Hordes are in the Warmachine rulebook as well, and vice versa. So if you are a Warmachine player who plays with Hordes players, there's an appendix in the back of the book that tells you how Warlocks and Fury and all those things work.
Okay.
So we've tried to give people a really good jumping in point in these new products.
That's usually a great thing because plenty of times you're worried about when you see a different title. You're like, can I? And you're making it a lot easier for people, whether they're veterans of one side or you. Can really jump into this.
Yeah. So for experienced players that have been playing for a while, each of these battle boxes has a brand new Warcaster or Warlock in it. So that's a reason to buy it because it's a character you haven't played before. And for new players, there's also a faction guide that gives a little bit of painting tips and also some other models you might want to buy and a story about that character. And for the brand new people who don't even have anybody else to play with yet, there's a tutorial guide in there that lets you play some single player type things about this is how you move, this is how you attack, this is how casting spells works and stuff like that.
Tutorials.
So if you bought it and had no friends that currently played Warmachine or Hordes, took it home, you could learn the basics of the game by yourself out of that tutorial guide.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know, I can think of plenty of times when they release a new set of plenty of different games, whether it's a CCG, board game, whatever. And you can jump in and sometimes you're just like, I don't know.
Right. You really...
Or if you're experienced, you're like, why? I don't need that. You did something for everyone.
Yeah.
Which I think is very important.
So these look awesome. What else do you guys have that's coming up after that you might want to...
Well, we've got a lot of stuff coming, but the only thing we're talking about right now is the launch with all the reconstituted launch products like the starter boxes and Prime and Primal are getting redone. And edition change wise, it's not a drastic change to the way the game works. If you know how Warmachine or Hordes works, you'll still know how Warmachine or Hordes works. Mm-hmm. But we went in over the course of the last 3 years or so and rebalanced and retuned everything. We've changed the points system so that we've got more granularity inside the points. We've also taken a look at certain aspects of the game to try and bring them more into line with the way that the game is envisioned in playing. So one of the most exciting things in the new starter boxes is that they don't cost any points. If anybody out there has played Warmachine for a while, you know that the first edition you had to buy everything with points, and in Mark II you had to buy your Warjacks and Army guys, but not your Warcaster or Warlock. And they gave you a few points toward buying Warjacks or Warbeasts, but now they give you even more. So if you buy a new starter box, that's no points at all. That's the Warbeast points for that Warlock, and all the models in that come out to 0. So you can add anything to that army, and it won't change having to use different models from that starter box. Okay. You can always add other things on top of it, or change the things out inside of it. But if you're a new player, you can start with that starter box and add anything to it, because if you tell your friends, let's just play 15-point games to start, well, then you have 0 points and you can add 15 points of other stuff without having to worry, do I have to take a model out of that box and can't use it anymore because our points are different.
It's a lot more flexibility.
Yeah.
So,
Customizing.
these are coming out June, you said?
June 29th is the
June
street date.
29th. Great place to start whether you're a veteran,
Right.
somewhat new, used to either Warmachine or Hordes,
Yeah.
or you're just completely new.
Yeah.
Great place to start. Check it out. But thanks for coming.
Thanks.
And this is Roll for Crit at PhD Speed Gaming.